Hello again, Steve here with a question. Is there an I in team? I think there is. Spelling wise, no, but for sure it is the essence of team. I hope to make this case anyway. I was doing a presentation at a leadership conference a few weeks ago, and one of the topics to be discussed was teamwork. And I was presenting it in terms of a question and answer session because most of the people there had quite a bit of a grasp of what they were doing in terms of the professional aspect of what they were doing. And one of the guys there, he said, one of the things to remember, he said, is that there is no I in team. Well, because this was a brainstorming session, I wrote that down on the board because it wasn't for me in a brainstorming session to dispute that. But I thought about it later, and with reference to what I was talking about just the other day with what Jordan Peterson had said, which was that the source or the starting point of solution to social issues is the psychological perspective. Because if we look at the constituents of the aggregate of a society or of a society, it is the individual, right? Like a society is a collection of individuals. And the same with the team. A team is a collection of individuals. And each one of those individuals has got individual motivations, right? This same guy, not to, you know, question his intention or anything. The guy is amazingly committed to what he does and so on. Though I have to take issue at times with some of the things he says because there was one time I was talking to him about somebody within an organization, and he said in his comment, well, he's just in it for himself. I mean, but isn't that the great extent of what most people do anything for? I mean, sure, we have empathy and so on, but when we get to the point of realizing the motivations behind it all, we learn that through evolution and so on is that we can actually be better off for ourselves if we get along with others and help others because then they come around and help us and so on. I mean, we don't want to do that for pure utility because that comes across as kind of, sort of narcissistic, right, rather than empathetic. But nevertheless, there's always an element of we always got to answer that question: what's in it for us, in a way, right? So I would say that the individual is core, right? The team, like any group, it doesn't exist. It's just a construct in absence of the individual. So to say that there's no I in team means that we're all working like some sort of there's a central control that controls everybody. No, there has to be negotiation go on to make the team work properly. Unless it's a slave team, in which case it's not a team really. It's a group of people that are being driven by the motivation of fear and so on. Well, that's a different situation. But teams who come together through voluntary contract, through employment and so on, so they agree to the terms of the employment, you're going to work with these people and so on. Well, then there has to be negotiation of roles, negotiation of what's acceptable and so on. And but at the end of the day, it's those individuals making those choices. So I would say that absolutely there's I in team. And the minute we forget about that, the minute is the minute where we haven't really thought it through or we're just off base. And we see this as, true in terms of what people appreciate too, right? Because if you're in a team setting and somebody does really well, we commend that individual. We single out people for recognition because also, we are a competitive. We like to work together, but we also like to compete and so on. So those who get commended for good work will want to do that again. Why? Well, part of it is, and I would say a great degree of it is, their own a self gratification of ego, which is a healthy and natural thing that we all have. And yet, we work together in the team because the team together, us working together, can do more than us individually. But still, there's the self-motivation in there, and there's still all the I's in there. So I would take issue with that comment that there's no I in team, because the I, the individual I's, I like the egos, the ids, I don't know what it is in Latin, but the individual egos within that group is what is core. Just like it was Pink Floyd, that's what it was. I was trying to remember it yesterday, the singer or the band. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Right? In a team, everybody is like that brick, but a bit more, much more elaborate brick, of course. And the integrity of the wall, the integrity of the team, is predicated upon the integrity of the individuals. Stronger the individuals, the more they've got it together, the more they can get it together as a team and be a powerful team. So absolutely, I would say there is I in team, because the individual is the core of the strength and the integrity of the team. Steve here again, great chatting. Talk again soon. Bye for now.